And the recording has started, so this conference is yours, Carleigh.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sacca. It's amazing to be introduced by our Chief Visionary Officer, a great heart, and I'm so happy to be here today. So just a little bit about myself. Like you said, I'm Carleigh Sherfield, and my husband and I do this together. But a little background on me. I actually went through school probably like most of you, and I was told to be successful, I needed to go on and am I still, can somebody give me a thumbs up if I'm still loud and clear? Okay, cool. I'm going to start that back over. But I've got Mr. Sacca's frozen on the screen here. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, we're just going to rock and roll because I don't know how to fix that. All right. So a little bit about myself. I'm going to go back. So like most of you, I went through school and was told to be successful, I needed to have a degree. So I went through 4 years of an undergrad degree and looked around and realized I wasn't any better off than anybody else out there. So what I did is I went on and got my master's, and I thought I'd set myself apart. I got out of school and worked really hard to get that degree, and then realized that I was going to be stuck to that job. I was going to have to clock in every single day, and I would never have any freedom. I'd never be able to do the things that I wanted to do out of this life. And some of those things were traveling and doing mission work and making a difference in this world, and it just wasn't going to happen working in a 9-to-5 job. So thankfully, somebody showed me our company, and that's what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today. So give me just a second. I'm going to pull up the slideshow. All right. So let me ask you this. Do you like to travel? I just told you I love to travel, but do you like to travel? And do you know anybody else that likes to travel? And that's probably kind of a funny question because everybody loves to travel. But most people say, someday I'm going to travel the world. They put it out into the future. They put it out in their mind 10 years from now. And if you think back 10 years, so it's almost the end of 2019. We've almost gone through an entire decade since 2010. Go back to 2010. Those dreams and the traveling you wanted to do, have you done that yet? And the answer is probably not. Because if you're saying someday, someday never seems to come. It's always one more day away. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how we're going to help people go from someday to I'm truly traveling the world and where am I going to go to next. So a little bit about our company. You've already met our Chief Visionary Officer, Mr. Sacca, but also our CEO and founder, Mr. Jay Nolan, is who I really want to highlight right now, because he has an amazing track record. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's built sales teams of almost 3 million people now. He's done billions with a B in sales in his career. And not only that, he knows how to actually train people to do this as well. So he's actually trained several people to make over $1 million per month. And that first time I heard that, that just blew my mind. I never even realized people made that kind of money, let alone that there was somebody that I had the privilege to meet that could train people to do that. But the thing is, it's possible, and they're all just people. They're all just people, just like you and me, but they worked really hard and listened to people that had gotten where they wanted to go. And that's exactly what Mr. Nolan is. He's a legend in this industry, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He had this vision of this company and where we were going, and he's brought all of us together to create that. So the travel industry as a whole is an $8.8 trillion per year industry. It's huge. People spend money on travel all the time. Every second, $253,000 is spent on travel. People want that luxurious, amazing experience, so they're willing to shell out money. And the thing is, this number just keeps growing year after year after year. So it's not going down. It's going to continue to grow. But why don't people travel more? Now, for 9 out of 10 people that don't travel as much as they'd like, they say it's due to money. They say it costs too much. Or I just don't have enough money. Or they say something like, I have to be at work, so I don't have the time. But what does that boil down to too? That's money, right? 97% of the population has to go to work to make their income. They have to clock in, and when they clock out, the money stops. It's called linear income. So it's all tied to your time. That's 97% of the population. That's what I did by getting an advanced degree. And people looked at that master's degree and thought I'd made it. And really I hadn't. I was still tied to that time clock just like they were. But 3% of the population has realized that if you make residual income, it just means you put the work in on the front end and it keeps paying you time after time after time. You don't have to work until you die. If you look around right now, people are working until they die. They might retire, but then they at least have to go back part-time because they can't live on a portion of what they couldn't live on to begin with. But if you learn how to move into that 3%, into residual income, you truly can make money while you sleep. You can have that lifestyle of traveling and doing the things you want to do. So how are we going to bring that around? How are we going to teach you how to do residual income? And I'm going to show you the amazing platform we have, and it is called VOZ, the Voice of Travel, personalized travel experiences that awaken the soul. But you're probably thinking right now, isn't there all these big players in travel? Like, how are you even going to be able to compete with all these big travel companies? And I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to compete. This is how we're going to do it. So all of those travel companies you've seen online, you've seen commercials for, that's the general public travel options. And they may say they have discounts, but really they're all just retail travel companies. And I've booked from them, they're great companies, but a little more expensive than say a traditional wholesale travel. So traditional wholesale travel is great because you get discounts on what you would get from general public travel. But the problem is there's a huge upfront cost and there's limited inventory. But what we have with VOZ is a direct wholesale members travel platform. You get it direct from the suppliers. So it means the biggest discounts, no blackout dates, and tons of amazing inventory. So you have the best deals at the best places guaranteed. So what do we have with VOZ? Well, we have hotels and flights and car rentals, all those things you think about, but we also have things like homes and cruises and weeks where you can go to amazing resorts at a huge discount. We also have something called custom travel, where you call an 800 number and they create this amazing travel experience for you. You just tell them what you want. Maybe you have family coming in from a bunch of different places and you want to make sure that that trip is memorable. Well, you can just call them up and say, this is what I've got. Can you make this happen? And they'll make it happen for you. It's something definitely you've probably never seen before in travel. We also have something called everyday savings. So in your city, you could have discounts on salons and restaurants and golfing, all kinds of different experiences for those everyday needs. We also have theme parks and short excursions. And if you're like me, when you go to travel, you want to do some of the exciting things. You want to go travel to a waterfall. You want to swim with dolphins. You want to do all those amazing experiences. We have those as well. So anything you can think of with travel, we have it within our platform. We're going to create an amazing experience for you. And on top of that, we have a 200% difference back price guarantee. So if you go and find any hotel or any car rental or anything cheaper anywhere else besides our platform, so say you find a hotel that's $100 cheaper, we'll give you $200 back in cash because you found it cheaper somewhere else. So that's how we know that our platform is just by far prime and the best platform that you can be a part of. So great travel experiences is a given with VOZ, but saving up to 75% on all your travel, now that is mind-blowing. That's amazing, and that's what we have with VOZ. So let's look at some examples. Here in London, England, the best retail price we could find anywhere on the internet was $333 nightly. For the same room, same nights, we have it for $165 nightly. That's $168 per night savings. It's amazing. Now, Orlando, Florida, $183 nightly for retail, $74 nightly on our platform. Here's an example with a car rental. $230 retail, $138 on our platform. And here's another example in Aruba for a resort. So SBH has the best travel discounts. Our VOZ platform is going to give you the best travel discounts for yourself. But not only that, you'll be able to share up to 50% of those savings with family and friends with VOZ passes. And when you do that, you will make money back on all of that you share. So you're saving them money for free and then making money yourself. So save money when you travel and make money whenever anyone you know or even just met travels. So here's an example of how this works. On our ETA member site, so this is you as a travel affiliate with us. Here's an example of a great 5-star resort in Cabo. The best public price we could find was $4,380. On our platform, it's $1,182. That's over a $3,000 savings. So you're excited because you can get this trip at a crazy discount. Maybe you can even go on another trip with a discount like that in a year versus saving up for one trip a year. But say you have a friend, a family member that's wanting to take this trip. So you pass them a VOZ pass and you're going to save them $1,600. So they're only paying $2,781. They're happy because they just saved a ton of money. But what happens for you? So when you pass those savings along to your customer, half of that comes back in a bonus to you. So $799 as soon as they travel, right into your back office, right into your wallet, so that you've earned money. And on top of that, a big percentage of the rest of the half, you actually get to make a percentage of that along with members of your team. So we're just paying you back in so many different ways. So let's look at an example. If you go and find just 10 customers, and to me that's a joke. In a year, you should be finding probably thousands of customers. But let's just stay conservative and say you only find 10, you only find one like every other month. And they average about $650 in savings over the course of a year, which that's kind of low too. So that savings would be a $3,250 bonus for the year. That could help some people out. That could save some people from bankruptcy, just $3,000 over the course of a year. But now let's say you go out and just do a little bit more and find 100 customers. You get to add another zero to that, $32,500 per year. So that'll allow some people to walk away from their job. Are you going to keep going back to the job that you don't enjoy? If you're making $32,500 per day, whether you're at the beach, whether you're on your couch, I don't think so. And this just continues to grow the more customers you find. But now let's think about it. What if you brought a team together, you help them make money, and you also make money along the way? So let's say you just build a team of 1,000 people. That's finding 10 people that want to go out and make some money, and they find 10, and then they find 10. That makes 1,000. Pretty simple. And they're only getting out 10 VOZ passes per year. That's $230,000 per year that you just added to your income. It's unreal. Now let's go say you let that next tier duplicate by 10. So you have 10,000 team members all getting out 10 passes. That's over 1.5 million per year. Is there any other way that you had this kind of potential? I don't know of a way that just giving out free savings, you can make over $1 million per year income. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's going to go do this, because if you're not giving out passes that people want anyways, that they're begging you for, if you're just sitting there and not doing anything, you're not going to make anything. But if you go out, get to work, start building your team, and start getting these passes out, the potential is definitely there. Now with us, you get all the marketing and tracking tools you need, an amazing powerhouse back office, multi-million-dollar back office right there, to track everything. So you can track all your sales, track all the vacations people are taking, and you know everything that's going on within your team. And you get all of this for just $49 per year. I mean, my husband and I put together a clinic together, and by the time we opened the doors, we had probably put close to $300,000 into that clinic. And we hadn't even got our first customer yet. But for $49 a year, you can get your feet wet. You can get going. You have the potential of growing this huge travel business. But I know some of you are thinking, well, how do I really multiply on this? How do I really get going quickly and get the max benefit out of this business? Well, we have 2 packs right now while we're in pre-launch, and they're actually at a discount. You get a $500 savings right now. The first pack we have is our VOZ Movement Pack. It opens up all 6 tiers of the commission. It also gives you an amazing training by Mr. Nolan called $1 Million Energy, as well as Perpetual MLM Money Machine. And those right there are priceless, with increasing your mindset, allowing you to break through barriers that you never thought you would be able to break through. Those are priceless. You get a ticket to the next upcoming SBH training that's in January that's going to launch our business, launch our travel business. So you want to be there. You want to be a part of the energy, and that comes with this pack as well. You also can be vested into the retirement pool at 5-star diamond affiliate status. What does that mean? So if you go out and hit this rank in our company, which anybody can do if they just put in the effort and the time and stay focused, then from then on, you get to share in a pool that'll just keep paying you time after time after time, whether you work or not. That's true residual income. But let's say you are totally committed. You say, I want to go after this full force. I want to do this thing. I'm going to go after those big numbers. What we have is our VOZ Movement Founders Pack. And right now it's $29.95. So huge discount, tons of value. You get everything you got with the Movement Pack, plus you get an opportunity to be vested into the our pool plan. For 12 months after the last pack is sold, you'll get to share with everybody that's a founder in the revenue of the company. So that's not profit, that's revenue. That means it's just that much better, 2.5% of that. There's only going to ever be 3,000 founders packs ever in this world. Only 750 in the US and Europe, and several hundred of those have already been taken. So that's something you definitely want to jump on very quickly if this is something you're thinking about doing. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, because you have a choice to make right now. You can go down the same path you've been going on over the last 10 years. That's gotten you to where you are right now. You can keep doing that same path, and that's an option. And I guarantee in about 2 to 3 years from now, you'll hear about us again, probably from some of your family and friends telling you about this amazing platform called VOZ, and you're going to hit yourself because you're going to realize that all your family and friends could have been getting a pass from you, and now you're getting one from them. But you could choose another path. You could choose the path to step out on faith this one time, believe in yourself, and just make an investment in yourself and say, I'm going to go after this. I'm going to make a change in my life. The next 10 years is going to be so much better than the last 10 years were. So make that choice. Decide now which path you're going to take. And I welcome you to VOZ, the Voice of Travel. Thank you, guys.